3 games is so many games to make up. So many. There's 12 left. 3 is tough. But boy, the Twins are letting them back in it, that's for sure.
Man, the Royals had some momentum in that game yesterday with Detroit. Bobby Witt Jr. was doing one of his MVP games, but the Tigers still won.
Yeah, but it might be. Listen, I'm happy for the Tigers, but again, they're 3 out. I know it's only 2 in the loss, but they're still 3 out with 11 games to go. That's a lot to make up. I mean, listen, the Twins can't win any games right now. I mean, if you watch the way they lost let's talk about the way the Twins lost their game last night.
First a cute highlight or two.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, cool. Bobby Witt is awesome. He's Grand Slam. He's trying to stay alive in the MVP race. Judge has struggled a little bit here, so maybe he might creep back into it, but I don't think he will. But but the Tigers came back from down big, but the Twins were up 3-0 in that first inning and lost 4-3. So the Twins are helping them out. If the Twins just win some games here and there, we wouldn't even be talking about this.
This would be a non-story a while ago. This would have been done a while ago. That's the whole thing. The Twins are 9-18 since August 18th. And shout out to Matt Vierling, by the way. He's had a really underrated year.
How far, what are they since I want to know what they are since the trade deadline.
The Twins?
Yeah.
It's not
when
great.
They didn't do anything.
Yeah.
The one guy they got, they DFA'd like 2 weeks later.
They don't have depth. Their stars keep getting hurt. They're back now, but they barely played together. And this little nugget from Aaron Gleeman, our friend who works for The Athletic, covers the Twins. He said, Pablo Lopez, last 6 starts, 1.11 ERA. Rest of pitching staff, 5.75. It's Pablo Lopez day, and then you're like, oh, crap.
It's a bad feeling. That's what I was going to say. That was the game they were supposed to win. That was the Pablo Lopez, it's your game. You're still facing the Guardians, the best team in your division, but that was the game. Now they're up against it. Now the Tigers, who came back and won that game against another division opponent, they get to throw Scooble. So you're sitting there like, oh, great, well, the Tigers are going to win. They're throwing Scooble. 3 games is so many games to make up. So many. There's 12 left. 3 is tough. But boy, the Twins are letting them back in it, that's for sure. And Lopez pitched good, 6 1/3, 2 earnings. Yeah. I mean,
Lopez is a stud right now. He's back. Like when you watch him, he was up and down this year. He wasn't consistently great. We had him in
the second half. He's been nails.
He's back. He's the prime Pablo Lopez.
I mean, his ERA is 3.8. It wasn't that long ago. It was in the 5s.
Yeah.
So it's back. He's not having a great year, but when they've needed him to step up, he stepped up.
In a playoff series, you don't want to face him.
No, but you go up 3-0 and you have Pablo Lopez and he leaves the game in the 7th. You're up 3-2. You got to lock that game down. Mm-hmm. And you know what? And you knock Matthew Boyd out in the 3rd inning. You got to win that game if you're the Twins.
Did you see Griffin Jacks? I don't think that was a bad pitch. It was like up and in fastball.
Yeah, but Manzardo went.
He was on it.
And then he pimped it, which was awesome too.
Yeah, 2-run homer. That was the go-ahead homer, and then obviously Clase. And that was a cool matchup. I mean, just to see Clase. I know Royce Lewis is kind of running out of steam.
Dude, he mowed through those dudes. Did you see the at-bat to Correa? 3-0, and he went heater, 100, heater, and then he was a couple foul balls, and he was like 101, punchy. And then he dominated Royce Lewis.
Yeah.
I mean, good morning, good afternoon, see you later, bro. Game over.
And then the pitch, I think the strikeout pitch, it dropped. I remember it was 100, but was it a cutter?
He throws like those 100-mile-an-hour cutter balls.
Yeah, geez, he is ridiculous. One other note from the Royals game, because I just read this before the show started. So in The Athletic, they mentioned how Garrett Hampson was on third base, right, for Bobby Witt Jr., who had a fly ball to right field. They said it was 227 feet. That's kind of a question mark for a third base coach to send the runner. Hampson's super fast, though, but it's still like not a 50-50 ball, but Matt Vierling, they said, has like average arm strength. They said 2 innings earlier, Vance Wilson was booted from that game, right? He got into it with third base ump David Rackley. So they said the call at third base was, I'm not going to say this name correctly, Jose Alguacil, who was filling in for Wilson. They didn't send him. They're like,
send
that one. Yeah, but that's
send everybody, bro.
Yeah.
Right, Crouchy? Send everybody. You know how hard it is to throw a ball 227 feet and get them out? I mean, even if it's right at you, and I mean, you got to come in. How many times in your career did a guy throw a guy out of the plate on a sac fly? It very rarely happens. Very
Throwing a guy
rarely.
to the plate is one of the hardest things in the world to do.
And do you know Garrett Hampson's sprint speed?
Yeah, he flies.
99th percentile.
Yeah,
He's
that's
a top 5 player speed-wise.
Wave him home,
And
Wendell Kim.
It's not on him. I'm not sitting there to sack fly. Wait, hey, should I go? Should I stop? No, that is on Garrett Hampson. That is not at all on Hosey. Hosey, nobody can hang Hosey out to dry. That is, I've never waited for a third base coach to tell me to tag or not to tag.
That's not true because there were third base coaches who would say yes or no, and I would listen to him.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, of course. Because if he
that's
tells you
good.
no, or fake, fake, or there was plenty of times where I was told.
Kratz
I wasn't
was
fast
too good for his third base coach.
What's that?
Kratz was too good for his third base.
Apparently.
But did it change? Did you ever disagree with them? Yes, you
No.
would hear them say it.
No, of course you never disagree, but there were times where you were like, man, I maybe could have made that because the guy makes a bad throw and you're like, I should have went. But you didn't know he was going to make a terrible throw.
If you people want to know what tagging on a sack fly, like how easy it is in the big leagues. I'm not saying for everybody. I'm saying in the big leagues. Ty Wigginton hit a line drive to Ryan Braun coming in on the ball. Anytime you have to move right or left or coming in at a different angle, like it's hard to make the adjustment to turn back and throw it home. I scored, and I was not 99th percentile. Just made a good throw, Matt. You got to tip your cap sometimes.
Pop quiz, AJ. What is America's #1 meal kit?
That would be HelloFresh, Scott, and it even works for picky eaters like you. There's an ever-changing menu of 50 recipes to choose from each week. So just select your meals and delivery date, and voila!
Yeah, home-cooked meals just hit different. The recipes are easy to follow with pre-portioned ingredients delivered fresh. Just choose that delivery day, open your box, cook, and eat. It's so easy, Kratz.
Agreed. With FT every day and my coaching job, I don't have time to search recipes all night and also spending money on a whole jar of spices for only a pinch. Nah, I'm good. My family gets more of me because I don't have to take a last-minute trip to the grocery store at night to find dinner.
Ready for this? For free breakfast for life, go to HelloFresh.com/free FT. One free breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life just by going to HelloFresh.com/FREEFT.
Here we are. 2 games. Really 3. I get it with the season series. But we might actually have a playoff spot decided by a tiebreaker. That could happen in Mets Braves on the other side, too. No more game 163.
Mm-hmm.
You okay with that?
Yeah, no. But you're going to have to be.
Yeah.
Can we go ahead and give the Guardians a Central now, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
5-game lead with
Oh, yes.
5-game lead with what? 11 to play?
No doubt. Guardians definitely have the Central.
Okay. What about the Yankees? Can we give them the East 3-game lead with 11 to go?
Technically, no, because they're still playing the Orioles for 3.
Yeah.
So there is a lane. There's no lane with 5 games back and whatever you just said, 11 to go in the Central.
Okay.
So, Kratz, tell me your thoughts on the Cleveland Guardians, who are basically wrapping up the division right now while we just readjust a little graininess for 5 seconds.
The Guardians are, I forget what their magic number is, but you can sit there and watch this team and question how they win. Not dissimilar to the Brewers over in the Central of the National League, but you sit there and you go, Matthew Boyd, who's not going to give you 9 innings. He's not even going to give you 7. If you sit there and you go, all right, how does this team win? They win by a home run by Manzardo after you see Griffin Jacks for a second inning. They win because Stephen Vogt is putting his guys in situations where they can succeed. He's not overexposing guys. He's not letting too many left-on-left situations go by the wayside. He's not like – you also have an MVP candidate if it wasn't for the historic years that the top 3 guys are having, but you're talking about another top 5 finish for Jose Ramirez. He could be a 40-40 guy. That's why the Cleveland Guardians are winning. Does it stand up? Does no starting pitching stand up in the postseason? We'll see.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.